Hey, welcome back. First of all, thank you so much for the support you all showed on episode 1. It really means a lot to me. I'm really bad at showing how much I appreciate it, but hopefully you all understand. As always, you can check the description to see the channels of all the amazing people who have been kind enough to lend their voices to this project. None of this would be possible without them. And I hope you enjoy.
And so Aurora wandered, the twilight forest far from home, starlight only to guide her, except for a firefly alone. Anxious for the comforts, a family who could not trace her, searching for the sun and moon, a father to embrace her. And somewhere in the night, perched upon a throne in the dark, waited Umbra, a usurper, to snuff out Aurora's spark.
Here we have a couple of items to pick up. This is some Stardust, which are a one-time use permanent stat upgrade, like the vitamins in Pokemon. And as you can see, I actually have way more Stardust in my inventory that I forgot about. They are here because I am playing the Ultimate Edition of this game. I usually just use them all on Aurora, just so she can be as strong as possible. Also because it saves me from having to think about it. We also had one more skill to grab because we leveled up after the boss fight.
Oh my! This is what it feels like to fly! Onward! Up high! Well, I should say our route is clear. If we to the left fly, the Tree of Thorns will surely appear. Sir Firefly, to the sky!
What do I do? Chase my dreams as well?
Excuse me?
Little lady, have you seen bright balloons nearby? Any unicorns balancing on balls? Or striped tents raised to the stars?
Don't you mean sky?
I am afraid not.
Fiddlesticks, left here to fester.
Pardon me, madame, but are you a jester?
Take a glance at this note.
Perhaps you mean letter?
What are these scribbly marks I spy?
Why, it's Latin, Sir Firefly. Dearest sister, Rebella, night has fallen on our land. In these dark times, one must take a stand, not to hide up in the clouds, curled, but to juggle the weight of the world. At death's gate to slip and fall, and triumphantly dance around it all. In short, to laugh or not to laugh, that is the question. The answer is clear. I will follow my dream's intention and join the traveling circus in the plains before its ascension. Sister, I hope you will not remain listless. Your brother, Tristis.
Tristis has split our act in two, taken me through the ringer, left Rebella behind. Me, the mightiest, wittiest vocalist.
Doesn't she mean singer?
Regardless, we have much to do and should not linger.
Little lady, can I join you? My bags are already packed. I've got to find my brother and save our double routine.
Act.
Know the way is likely dangerous, with creatures strange to us.
I am a trained acrobat. Don't worry, I can handle this.
That.
Okay, we finally get our first actual party member, and also her plight, which is basically a character-specific quest for party members that we get solved as we progress through our journey. She also starts off with skills that we can assign. First of all, we grab Revive. As you can see, Rebella is a support healer, which is really helpful, especially in the first version of this game, where Aurora didn't have the heal ability. We also grab Counter Heal, that gives us a chance to automatically heal if we get low on HP.
Locked.
I'm not shocked.
What a peculiar shrine. Perhaps at one point it was a sign?
Now we can start our first battle of the episode. First, we take care of the ghost because we know we can finish it in one turn. Rubella is actually 3 levels higher than Aurora, which indicates that we are actually under leveled, but it doesn't really matter. Rubella is really focused on speed. She doesn't have anything really when it comes to offensive abilities, but her attacking speed makes up for it because it makes her really good at interrupting enemies that are in the casting period. Also, her base HP is better than Aurora, which makes her more of a tanky character, especially when considering that her dodging chance is one of the best in the game.
What a crackerjack adventure! If I wasn't circus bound, with a bright career in my future, perhaps I'd stick close.
Stick around.
Sorry, chum, I can't. I have an audience to bewitch.
I am certain you mean enchant.
Now I spend time looking for chests that I may have missed. And I totally meant to dodge this fight, but Aurora's hitbox is a bit weird sometimes, so you tend to get encounters even when you were sure that you could dodge the enemy. This fight is still very simple though. And now that we have the ability to fly with the stars, the exploration in this game opens up and you get rewarded for searching the sky.
Locked.
I'm not shocked.
This is a confession. Half of them are about the lore in this game, and the rest talk about a separate adventure that I might get to talk about in a separate video towards the end of this Let's Play. I am not gonna spend time reading it now, but if you want to, you can go back and pause the video to read it. We can actually enter the houses that have light in them. The houses that aren't lit up are all locked. I actually realized it while recording this episode, even though it's like my 5th playthrough of this game. There's a lot of chests everywhere, but I can't promise that I will find them all. The background and foreground elements of this game are really great, whether it be inside or outside. Like, they really give a lot to the overall feel of this game.
The air is so soft, Sir Firefly. Igniculous?
Aurora, what size is a pin?
Stop being ridiculous. When you are but a leaf, why pretend a branch to be?
You and me, we could be a tree.
We shall see.
Now that we can fly, we can actually fight the spiders. I am doing this battle because Aurora is close to a level up. Both of the wolves are preparing strong attacks, but we should be able to take care of at least one of them before they can act. I think using Starlight might have been a bit of an overkill, but I would rather be safe than sorry. As you can see, this attack does a lot of damage, but Rubella was able to dodge it, which is nice. When there's only one enemy, it really becomes simple. We finally get Aurora to level 6. And we get 2 new skills: Elevate Damage, which boosts the damage output of the target, and Ailment Protection, that makes it harder for the target to become afflicted with a status effect. The scenery is really amazing, definitely one of the strong points of this game.
The altar perched high.
Billy said we have to pass it by.
Little girl, you will not pass this way. I will eat you up this day.
Step out of the way, or I will turn you into clay.
And we get our second boss fight, which is a lot more difficult than the first one. The tactic I prefer to use is to get rid of the smaller ones first, so it becomes easier to deal with the big boss. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take care of one of the dogs in one turn, and it afflicts us with slowdown that reduces the speed of a character. The second dog gathers his strength, which could be really bad for us. We can at least interrupt the boss this turn. Even if Aurora was protected, that still did a lot of damage. And now the boss gathers his strength, which is really horrible for us. We really need to take down the dogs soon. But because of their slowdown ability, it's really hard. The boss uses his strongest attack and almost one-shots Rubella. At least Aurora was protected, so I don't think it would have one-shotted her, but it would have been pretty close. It also pushes her back on the timeline, so as you can see, messing with the character speed is something that the tougher enemies of this game like to do. I think I could have played that better, but both of our characters are still hanging on with low HP. It said devastation when we took down the second dog. It just means that we overkilled an enemy that was really close to death. I am pretty sure you don't get anything from it. The boss unfortunately targets Rubella and takes her down, which could have meant the end for us. That is, if we didn't have a revival item. And it also gives her a pretty decent amount of HP. Now all that is left is to spam the normal attacks. I'm actually going to go for elevate damage on Aurora to try and make this faster. We are interrupting him a lot, but we aren't really doing a lot of damage. There, Rubella was actually too fast and ended up not interrupting the boss, which is really bad. He actually managed to gather strength because we couldn't interrupt him. We're still able to pull off a defend command on Aurora before he attacks, which is huge for us. We barely didn't have enough energy on Ignico's to pull that off, but thankfully he attacked Rubella instead of interrupting Aurora. It looks like he is getting close to death, as we are getting low on MP. Once again, Rubella is being too fast for her own good. Here I did a mistake. From the beginning I was using physical attacks because I was pretty sure that he was strong against magic, but I still wanted to try it out. And as you can see, not only is his magic defense higher, he also counters magic, which almost killed Aurora. Since I don't have enough MP to go for a heal again, I am going to use a healing tonic on Aurora. And as the situation was starting to look dire for us, we actually managed to take him down, and it gave us a lot of experience points.
The Tree of Thorns. Here it is, the lady's clue.
Now we simply have to pass through.
After you.
With our new experience points, we get Starlight 2, which is just a more powerful and expensive version of Starlight.
What a view! This is my favorite spot, too.
Pardon me? Do you need help?
Not at all.
You seem to be rather disassembled.
Just a simple fall. I can take care of myself.
You're small and round. Are you my brother?
Your chest, arms, and legs are where?
Oh, in the Thorns. 3 pieces split from one another.
That state of affairs is not ideal.
Atop of the palace of Lemuria I once stood, the Queen of the Night toppled me down. Once I decide to put myself together for good, I go and knock her to the ground.
Then do it. Pull yourself together.
Not right now. I'm busy enjoying the weather.
Why are you so stubborn? Waiting for a miracle is silly. Igniculus, we carry him to find his 3 pieces.
I hope he won't get dizzy.
We meet another interesting individual who asks us to put him back together. This is the Golem, the one and only DLC character in this game.
Other golem pieces.
The likelihood of his successful assembly increases.
Judging by this dialogue, I think I got this piece in the wrong order. Also, the Tree of Thorns has a really cool aesthetic, but it is kinda hard to navigate without taking any damage.
Are those stones?
2 of the golem's bones!
We get the arms of the golems now. We are dodging enemies because this episode is going to take more time than I was expecting, because on my practice runs I use a save file that is in the New Game Plus, which makes it easier to deal with bosses, so I didn't struggle as much as in this episode. If episodes start getting longer and longer with time, I will start making cuts. That would also mean that I would talk less, which is probably better for you guys. Nicholas completely messed everything up there. This area used to be a bit secret, but with the addition of the Golem's quest, it becomes a bit more necessary to find it.
Here, on the ground.
Golem pieces have been found! Let the golem unify!
My body I now occupy. I can grasp my club again! My whole life, alone. I needed no other.
Yet, to form a man, stone must be shaped by a sculptor.
Princess.
Aurora, please, sir.
Aurora, I offer my services.
I would not accept such a gift. I demur. They are yours to do as you wish.
What is this? I insist.
Well, how about this? You accompany me into the palace's midst?
Want a visit to the queen? Sounds mean. I'm keen.
We get our second party member, the Golem, and we also complete his plight, which is probably the easiest one to do. We also get to give him skills. His playstyle is all about slowing or stopping enemies. He is a purely physical fighter and is a decent tank. We also get to fight one of the secret bosses of this game. It's just a bigger version of an enemy we already know, so it's not that complicated. We can only have 2 characters on screen at a time, which is sad, because the enemies get to be 3. But I also totally understand that there wouldn't be enough challenge if we could have 3 party members fighting at the same time. I wanted to slow down the faster enemy while I defeated the weaker ones, but it wasn't really the smartest idea. Because not only was he still faster than Aurora, he is also capable of negating that with his own skill. But now that we are a bit stronger, we can actually take down the wolf in one hit. Now both of them are fast, but it's still not a problem. I tried paralyzing the boss, but I have no idea if he is immune to that or not. Aurora really is a frail character, so she is in danger of getting knocked out a lot. Also, I forgot to mention it earlier, but the Golem is one of, if not the slowest character in the game, which makes sense honestly. This boss might be immune to paralysis, but we certainly are not. We are still able to finally kill the spider, which was able to live a lot longer than it was supposed to. Now we can focus on the boss, who doesn't counter magic this time. The Golem lives on 2 HP, but I think switching to Rubella is probably for the best, because we get her speed to rival the boss, and we get some much needed healing as well. He is already on the verge of death. If I had more MP, we could have finished that way faster, but one more hit and it's over. We are almost ready to end this episode, just a couple of fights left.
Did you ever see creatures like these?
A tree to the left, a boulder right. 300 years I stood watch. The courtyard was all in my sight.
And after bonking our heads on some thorns, we fight an enemy that we haven't seen before. It's a griffin. Even from the speed boost you get from protecting the turn before, the golem is still slower than most enemies, which is sad. One of the reasons I don't really use him that much is because of his low speed compared to other characters. But what I like in this game is that it really is up to personal preference who you want to use. Especially with the authority system, you can help characters in aspects that they are not great at, or boost things that they cannot really do well. The Griffin is kind of challenging because he has more defense than other normal enemies.
Can it be? A man made of stone? Are your limbs heavy? How do you see?
I simply am the way I am. In that makeup and costume, are you as free?
It's who I've chosen to be.
You had a choice? My maker decided for me.
Silly. Then how is that free?
And after one of my favorite bits of character dialogue in this game, we are finally ready to end this long episode. Thank you so much if you made it all this way. I hope you enjoyed the amazing voice acting on display here. Don't forget to check out my friend's channel in the description. Goodbye, and until next time.